home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Good morning, Hebrew Nation. So this video is going to be for the Tribe of Esau. I have a lot. Well, I'm going to be honest. I have never seen anybody deal with somebody like, I had 2 Esau women, white women. I don't like to say that because they, oh, you're prejudiced. No, I'm not. I just don't like anybody that doesn't like my father and his laws. Come in on my Facebook, leave me something, and then come back and read it and then block me. That doesn't work with me. I mean, for real. Because you arouse something in me, and I have to deal with that. But you come in there and you ask me things like, how can you love a God that did this to you and your people? And it pisses me off because you have no idea about the things that I'm going to tell you tonight about yourself and how wrong you are about my father. See, we are not our ancestors. And those of us that are back in covenant with our Father and our God and not yours, we don't like you to say anything about ours. Because you took us from them. You took us from our books. You took us from him. But he took his name from us because of what we did. We broke the laws. We broke those laws. Our covenant with our God. You have your covenant with Jesus. We have our covenant with the God of Genesis. That is our creator. That is our father. That is our king. And he built this crib for us. The 12 tribes of Jacob. So when you come in there and you say stuff like that to me, you are not going to get a soft side, and you will get the Lion of Gad and Yehuda. I promise you that. So this is for you. See, your Jesus forgets, and he forgives. Our God, Yahuwah, does not. When we broke those laws, and we came the Gentiles' way into what you believed and all this shit that you all do, I just want to say, wow, right now, there, I said it. I'm not taking it back. See, my mother was white. My daddy is full-blooded Cherokee. And because we were colony native, we are all mixed. We are all one tribe, but we are separate. So, that is something to be reckoned with. But this, we are not our ancestor. We are wide awake to who we are and our birthright. We know that it is in the Gentiles' end of time, Esau's end of time. We know what the New World Order is. It is the end of Esau and the Gentiles and the beginning of the children of Israel. Jacob. We know that Jacob is bringing that trouble, not what we were taught. We are wide awake out here. And we have already farted and gotten out of that damn bed. But let me tell you something. Whoa. I study about Rome. I study about it all. He takes me in the classroom before he speaks to me. The shit that you people have done, I think, is crazier and nuttier than batshit. And on top of that, I cannot tell you what kind of realization it is to know that my daddy was Cherokee Indian, my mother was white, and that every fucking thing that she had me in was witchcraft. Oh, I mean, she had a little bit of the Vatican, a little bit of the Ouija board. She had whole bunch of Christmas, all your holidays. I mean, I understood why my childhood was the way it was, and that's why father is the only thing I've ever known. I came from a broken home. But let me tell you something. I am 54, and I have done nothing to spend time with father and do what he's asked me to do on this earth. But to realize that my mother, under my Hebrew laws, was a witch. She was Christian, she was Catholic, all of it. The worst part about knowing what she was and what she brought us up in was knowing where she is now. She is not in a paradise, I assure you of that. And she is not ever going to forget bringing her children up in it. He will not let her. And I don't let my mind go there. You need to know this. When we came out of those laws, of our God's laws, and wandered over there in your yard, start doing all your shit, in the book of Enoch, 70 shepherds were put over us. They're from the tribe of Esau. He delivered us into our enemies' hands. And he said, I'm going to bring them to you in numbers. I'm going to tell you where they are. I want you to get them. Because we wounded our God in such a way by following your stuff. He said, here, take them. And that's what happened. But see, he was just a little mad at us from what he has told us in the Old Testament. You furthered it. Esau, he said, I'm so angry with you because I was a little angry with my people for offending me in the way they did by going your way. But you furthered it, the punishment, into abuse. I am so angry, I will not forgive you for that. But let me tell you what happened. So he puts all of our tribes into Esau's hands. And after he gave us to the 70 shepherds, he called the angels. He said, I want you to listen to me, and you listen to me good. These shepherds are not going to listen to a word I said. They will not follow a master's laws and my laws. I want you. And on top of that, they're going to kill more of my people than I gave permission for. And they are going to do brutal and wicked things to them. I want you to write it down. Everything. Fancy no. I want you to write it down. Every single day, I am commanding you to write down what they do. And I want you to bring it to me every day. So I'm going to close it. It's a book. I'm going to close it. I'm going to file it. And when I get them before the judgment of me, I'm going to use it against them. But listen to this. They do not know. And I do not give you permission to change that. I'm going to let that go ahead and sink in. Becky, I know. That was not fucking easy. Ralph, take a deep breath. Take a deep fucking breath. Breathe with me. And now we know, because Yahuwah, our God, is lifting America's skirt and we are looking at her ass. and all of her secrets and the wicked shit that she did to us. He is doing this because of what you did to his first love. And all the while he said you walk around and you say, oh, our sins will not be remembered. Our transgressions will not be against us. We will not be judged. And Yahuwah said, I'm going to be your judge. And all these false gods, including your Jesus, which means Hail Zeus. We are Hebrew. That's ridiculous. We should have known by that. But let me get back on track. All of your false gods, when I get you in my courtroom and I'm going to judge every one of you, he doesn't have several gods up there. He is God over the judges. He's the only one. He said you call your gods to that courtroom and you have them give an account for you. You tell them to testify and tell me that you are not in the wrong because I judge you. I assure you none of them will show up. And I will judge you for what you have done. He never forgot or forgave. And our covenant is well alive. We don't need a second covenant, second testament. We know that's Egyptian sun worship. And you've been tricked just like everybody else. Our covenant is intact for us. Because in order to come out of our covenant, our father Abraham or our creator Yahuwah had to come out and say, I don't want it anymore. And only then is it canceled out. When you came over here, you never ever found this land. You might have known it was here, but you never ever got to this land because we were in covenant with our God. Gad and Reuben, baby boy. And the waters kept you away as long as we kept in covenant with him and in our laws. Because he is our God, not yours. And when we came out of it, he allowed you to come over here. Make no mistake about it. He orders even the waters. And the ocean is even his servant. We cut covenant with you. We took a feather from our cap. We're the only ones that wear that stuff. We have turkey feathers in it. And that is what you celebrate. The slaughter of our people on your Thanksgiving. We cut covenant with you. It was our fault. Our ancestors' fault. But we are not our ancestors. And now I will answer your question, Betty Lou. That is why we love him. Because you're not going to skate out on this bill. And you said, oh, their God does not see. Our God turned his back on us in Ezekiel. Walked away from us after he gave us to you. And went and blessed your nation. This is where Rome came from. You think you got that power on your own because all your emperors were crazy as fucking rabbits. Oh, I studied. Nero was out of his fucking mind. I know. And he blessed you. And you did what you did. We caused him to go into exile while he pushed us away. Because of this disgusting stuff we had done to him by coming over on your side. It was our fault. That's why we love him. That's why we adore him. And that's why we might be in the land of captivity, but we are no longer captives. And Jacob is rising while Babylon is crumbling. But I came to even bring you hope. The Father said he has a way of escape for you too. And yes, I will tell you. I remember we were he was teaching us the feast, because the Father, if you get this, the Father wants you to have it, because he said in the last days, I'm going to teach my own. I'm not giving it to nobody but mine, the remnant. So if you get it, you better take care of it. But I lost my train of thought. He'll bring it back. Let me just continue. These are the things that Esau has done to the children of Israel. Yah took his name from us. He hid it. And then he gave it back to us. I can tell you that my father is a compassionate father. And I've seen your videos on YouTube. Even your princes are waking up. And they're seeing what's happening. Because Yah's waking his people up and lifting them up. Your time is up. It's our time. Because our punishment is up. He told us all these so we would know it when we saw it. I want to tell you something before I tell you about a YouTube. A year ago, I started a YouTube channel. My first video was Pick a Side while you still have liberty. And I had this dream. And in this dream, Esau, I was up in this apartment, and it was a broken, like the building was broken. It was so burnt and broken. There was water everywhere. So I went down, I put my right waters up on the couch. They didn't like the water. And then I went in the hallway, immediately I was in the hallway, after I took him out of the water, it was a year ago. After I took him out of the water, the sloth came down. I thought that was strange. I wanted to help him, but I didn't know if he'd be slow to kill me. But I had to get him. I wasn't going to leave him there, so I scooped him out. I'm going to tell you what that meant, too. He's watching over those. Thank you, Father. Yes, I saw a video where it was a man of Esau, a prince of Esau, your people. And he was doing my father's feast. I was blown away. I assure you he will live. But against what's coming, Yah will keep him safe. And I'll tell you why. He's a very merciful God. Very merciful God. And I have to be careful what I say to you because he told me to be gentle. So if I get off track, you just bear with me because we're going somewhere. In the stream, when I came down the stairs, the walls were charred. Like if you touched them, the blackness would get on your finger. And there was water everywhere. And it was flooding. There was even water running down the steps. And I remember that I knew I was going somewhere because my shirt was like bright white. And I was just all fixed up. Whatever I had on the bottom was black. And I thought that was strange because I wasn't even getting dirty. When I came downstairs, it was a big factory. And it was packed full of white people. And you were looking at me. And you were broken. You were dirty. You were sick. You were hungry. Your clothes were torn. Your hair was matted. You had tears in your eyes. And you were looking at me like I had something for you. I didn't have it when I had this dream. I didn't know what this dream meant. But what I do know is that the way you were looking at me, like I had something to give you, made me feel so sad because I was thinking to myself, I don't know what you want. Why are you looking at me like that? And I had just great sorrow for you. And so I heard my father call my name, and I came down off the step. And as I came down, everybody just opened up a place for me to walk towards this big metal door. Like on a garage where a truck pulls up backwards and unloads. So I started walking that way and just kept opening up. And by the time I got to the end, I was thinking, and the whole time I'm going down, nobody ever touched me. I wasn't afraid. I felt like I wanted to sob, and I didn't want to leave you. I wanted to help you. I heard him call me again, and I turned around and I went to walk out. And I looked back one more time, and as I looked out up front, as my foot came out of that garage, or whatever it was, factory, I hit a white light, and I woke up. I went to Father and I said, what does this dream mean? What is meaning? When I give it to you, the sloth, he told me, when I give this to you, I want you to take it to him. Because some of them do love me. They do try to follow my laws. And they've been tricked too. But they'll know who they are. I do not want you to be sloth about it or slow to give it to me. I know what that was. The only one that can save this tribe is our God, the Holy One of the children of the real Israel. Our God, the God of Genesis. I mean, I was over there in Christianity for 40 years, even though I was born into it. I always knew something's wrong with this shit. No. What type of father would do this? A human sacrifice, he would not. That's why we couldn't accept it. He had already put his word on our heart as he was knitting us together in the womb, the remnant. But we couldn't accept it because it's against our Hebrew laws. And he's white. And his name is Greek. And just one more. It means hail to a false god. The sun. Who is too, just like the moon, a servant to our God and our Father, who is the God of Genesis. You have to humble yourself. And you have to come to this judgment. Or my Father is not going to have mercy on you. This was not your land. He gave it to us. And he broke the continents up to scatter us to keep the remnant safe. We came out of the laws. And he's going to use his tribes. Yehuda, which are the blacks, the same tribe that our King David came from. We have our shepherd, is King David. The tribe of Gad and Reuben, who you call Native Americans, we are not Americans, we are captive here. So not get it twisted. And we want to go home. And then, our brothers and sisters that you have in cages, Issachar, Latino, and Mexican, they also belong to us. Everything, and I'm going to tell you something, because I'm going to tell, I fear my Father, I don't fear nobody else on this earth. Whoa! Imagine when this, because it's going to spread. Y'all said every ear is going to hear the truth, whether they want to or not. Imagine how every police department officer is going to feel when they find this out. Oh yes, our God is alive and he has been watching you. And he put an angel on you, Officer Esau. And they have been recording what you have said, what you have done, what you have killed, and what you have abused of our princes. He said he's going to use Yehuda, Gad, and Issachar as his battle axe. And America's not getting back up. Liberty is on her fucking ass right now. Can't you see it? Because she is a false goddess god. She is the queen of heaven. She is in Jeremiah, and Yahuwah is very familiar with her. And he's going to topple her. Right now, he's lifting her skirt. And we all see her ass. In all these years, she has simply been on that water, saying, we occupy this. Yahuwah said that his people are going to tear down your statues and break them to pieces for him, because he's going to have them do it. Have they not done that? Jacob's trouble is not what you were taught. Jacob's trouble is Jacob's trouble. Coming back on Europe and Esau, go ask your pastors. They are fully aware of where they are. And your red dragon in Revelation is nothing but the Chinese Communist Party. That's going to swing his tail. He's going to tell you tales. This government tales. That's what it means in our language. Not his tail. And he is going to defeat those stars, 1/3, knock them from the heavens. And those are the ones that know the truth. And good. That have been hiding it and flipping it. So is above, as below. Only you are a counterfeit of our Father and his kingdom. I know that this is not easy, but you can save yourself. He said, if you come and you understand what's been done, you say, well, shit, Zekiah, I didn't have nothing to do with that. Some of my friends are black. Listen, we didn't have nothing to do with what our ancestors did either when they were delivered into the 70 shepherds' hands. Because I have served him since the day he created me in the womb. Oh, I might have said in the name of your Jesus, but I always prayed to him. His mercy has always been in my life because there was a calling. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. And every one of you can say, well, I've never done something wrong. I've never, ever, ever. Yahuwah knows because it was recorded. So you don't have to try to sell me on anything. I'm just telling you what he said. You have no idea how much trouble you're in. And if you come to this judgment, yes, you will be servants and handmaidens to the house of the children of Israel. Yes, your life will be spared, and you will live. That's what he said. I want to tell you something. I know my Father would be very, very merciful. He is the best father that a girl could ever ask for. And when Daniel went into captivity, he put him in the king's house. If you love him, and you come into his laws, and you hate what has happened to his people, and you come to terms with that, and you humble yourself, make them, when this breaks off, find a Hebrew that is in covenant, and make yourself, I'm telling you what Yahuwah said, make yourself their possession, and I will save you. save me. He said, those that want to be roughnecked and stiff-necked, just like his own people, I will use you like I will use my princes that won't line up to destroy it from within. I will destroy it, he said. And you're watching it happen. He has got Jacob's trouble in ancient Hebrew. Trouble means riots. He's rousing them, filling them, provoking them. He said, I'm going to use them as my battle axe. I'm going to be their bulwark. But I'm going to use Yehuda, Gad, and Issachar to rip it down from within. You've been lied to on a wide scale. But my Father, one thing I know about him, with the pure, he is pure. With the truthful, wants to have a good heart, he's the same. But with the wicked, he is cunning. Unless anybody that loves this stuff and pits himself against Yahuwah's laws, when he created all this, Jesus is Caesar's God and Rome's God, because America's Rome. And yes, Yahuwah blessed it, or it wouldn't have gotten as far as it did, but he's not doing it anymore. He's not doing it anymore. He's coming to get his jewels. You have a chance to save yourself. You have a chance to save your family. This is how it is. And I saw you in a dream. I'm giving you what you were asking for in that dream.
I choose to think positively, no matter what's going on around me.
My Father said, is it my will that they should die? No.
Continue to have great luck.
It's their will.
Every breath that I inhale, I feel confident.
It's their will. And look, you can sit there and you can get mad at me all you want. It does not make any difference. It does not make any difference. Because your fight is with him, not with me. I'm just telling you how you can save yourself. I mean, look at all the stuff that's coming out. How can you not expect us to be angry? How can you not expect our God that we were made in the image of? His princes, you just annihilate them. Shit! You fucking people, I am telling you what, I have learned so much fucking shit. Like the tents that were up, and you took our babies from their mother's breast, put them in a fucking ring and let people throw shit at them, baseballs. I'm sure you saw that on my wall. And if you haven't, go to Zekiah, Gad, Israel. I will surely accept your friend request so you can see that. You took our babies and you bashed their fucking heads up against the walls, and then you took us into captivity. This is in the Old Testament, honey. So do I repeat everything that my Father tells me to say? Believe that so you can find it. Then you take us into captivity. We're in the woods. You make us get up and sing and dance and entertain you and look like we're happy. Sing us some of those old Israel songs. We just watched you bash our baby's head out. I'm telling you facts. Yahuwah said how happy he'll be when he does the same to yours. But you can save him. This is the only way. This is the only way. Taking our babies, feeding them to the fucking crocodiles. Really? Yeah, you furthered it. What about buck breaking? What about cutting our babies out of the wombs when you had us on the fucking ships and we were shitting and pissing on each other? Really? You didn't correct us, you abused us. And you killed way more than my father gave you permission for. And you are not forgiven for that. Not by us, and not by our God, and not by our King. And remember that you were the ones that asked me for a friend request, and I let you in. I know that you were just coming to nib shit. I know that. But I know if I let you nib shit, you're gonna find some stuff on your ass that's gonna make you shit. You're off the chain. The shit that you have done to Yehuda, to Gad, to Reuben, to Issachar, even to this fucking day. You think our God is asleep? He is not. And his words in Old Testament, Ezekiel and Jeremiah, Isaiah and Daniel, and all the rest of the books, they harmoniate together. And you are watching it right now. In not just America, but all over this freaking world. Why? Because he's coming to get the remnant. That's us. We are his jewels. And he kept his promise to Abraham to keep it safe. And we are coming out of here like Egypt. And we are taking Lady Liberty's shit with us. And we will rule this earth forever. And we will always have his blessing. Because we will never come out of his laws again. We know better. And Yahuwah said when this kicks off, he's going to look at all the strong man in Esau that thinks they're just really going to, that they're really tricking some shit. We will not be deceived. But he said he's going to look at you and he's going to say, well, what is this I'm looking at? Is this a strong man holding on to his nuts, on his knees, travailing like a woman in childbirth? When Enoch went to Father while you had a hold of our ass, he said, will you not preserve the enemy? The remnant? Yahuwah, look what they're doing. He said, our father, we hurt him so bad, like our ancestors did. Hurt him so bad that Enoch said that he looked off with a stone-cold face, would not look at him with a smile on his face. There comes a time when you stop crying. You let him have it. That's what he did. He's going to do it to you. Because you had no mercy or compassion for his first love. And that was us.
I choose to think positively, no matter what's going on around me.
Jacob's bringing that trouble. He's doing it right now. This is nothing compared to what Esau has coming.
Every breath.
Some of your own Christian pastors are telling you, pick up your cross. You better. Don't fight. Don't fight when he sends those nations in here. In Revelation, your own damn book just told you who's coming. And if you call on his name is Yahuwah. He is the great God, creator, and the only God of Genesis. And this whole damn place. And that's another thing. Look what the fuck you've done to Earth. Look what you've done to this place. It's like over there in Revelation, you say, yeah, there's a big old planet coming here. It's called wormwood. I find out in our Hebrew language, that's actually a fucking weed that grows next to the water. And if you break it, that fucking poison going into water that makes it bitter and undrinkable. You got unicorns. Didn't that tell you something? But you're waking up now. Oh, yes, you're waking up now. Oh, mighty tribe of Esau. And everything that you have done to us has been written down. He told us, how will you know when it's your time? Jacob. He said you'll know when it's the end of the Gentiles. Well, when is that? When my people start waking up. And they've got you, see, our ending and your ending is like way different, baby. They got you thinking there's going to be this new world order. Yeah, y'all's going to cut you loose to these people, I'm telling you. All this stuff that scares the shit out of you, you're going to get it if you don't humble yourself and go to your knees and to his people. But all this shit that is breaking off, he said, you're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it. It's going to get worse, worse, and worse. This is a super delicate issue. He told me to come gently, and that's what I've done. This is why we love him. Because he's turned his heart back to us. And he again forgave us. And he will come get us. And we turned our hearts back to our God. And he's your only way out. He is your only way of escape. Can't think of anything else that you need to know. Your Thanksgiving dinner is the slaughter of my people. How'd that taste yesterday? Is that good? Because y'all was pissed. Because a lot of you know the truth. You know what's going on. You're making YouTube videos. You know what's going on. You know the truth. You're hearing it. You still sat down to a feast dedicated to killing his children. Okay. Remember that you came in here asking me, why do you love such a God that would do that to you? Just a minute, royalty. Because he didn't forget what you did to us. He's kept every one of his promises to us. And we adore him. So this is a record. And I know an angel is writing it down, and I bring him with me. He sits on his bench behind me and watches over every word. He is my God and my judge, and I take him everywhere I go. I do not have anything to do with your world over there anymore. I am wide awake. I am a queen, a Hebrew queen, and a descendant of the children of Israel, and all the great prophets. And you wanted to know. And I make that record now that I have given you with quickness. I was not sloth about it. What he gave me to give you. And I leave you with that. And may my God of Yasharel, Yisrael, the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Jacob, may my God Yahuwah bless you. Shalom.
I'm coming home.